All right, so we're going to do what I like to call relatively longer holded positions today. So they might be a little bit uncomfortable, but I'm going to really kind of stress breathing into that position a little bit, just taking some time and moving and grooving. All right. Where's Christian? Where's Charlize? Where's all of our friends? All right, so in our first position, what we're going to do here is I'm going to put a foot out. I'm going to try to lengthen that leg back as far as I can. Look at that lengthened position. I'm going to take both my hands, and we're just going to hang out in this position. And we're not going to switch until I say so. So it's going to be, some holds will be 30 seconds, some holds are going to be 2 minutes. But once you feel that tightness, kind of maybe in the quad, maybe in the back of the leg, guys, I want you to breathe into that position. I want you to long inhale, long exhale, long inhale, long exhale, trap waiting room. And if you're looking for more, anything more, maybe you can walk and inch that foot up a little bit higher so you sink down a little bit more. You're just trying to, or walk that knee back. Yeah, good job. We're just going to keep holding that position. Keep holding it, keep holding it. You might feel some tightness into that hip flexor, maybe that quad. Remember, when it gets tough and hard, make sure you breathe. Coming out of it, we're going to sit ourselves back. Maybe you put your hands down for a deep stretch. Maybe you're like, Coach Max, that's too much for me, and you're up here. But anyway, we're just going to lean back. I like to at least get one hand on the ground. I think that's awfully important. I feel this in the hamstring, so it's going to be the back of the legs. Actually, funny story about some of these stretches. I went on tour with a A-list celebrity back in 2013 as that celebrity's strength conditioning coach, but every day before the 96 shows we did a long stretch. We did work out a bunch, but we did a long stretch. That celebrity thought this would be way more important. Awesome. So now we're going to flip-flop, same thing on the other leg. So I got that knee up. I'm going to walk that knee back as far as I can. You might notice a difference. From here, remember, we're going to go both hands on outside. So this is what I look like. I wish I could be way more flexible. Oh, I got both hands down. Oh, this is tough. I'm sitting into that hip flexor. I'm really sitting into that, kind of into the quad. Remember, we're breathing. Yeah, this is the fun part. Long holds, long stretches. I wish I had some good stories. This weekend I ran a marathon. I ran it up in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. And it was very, very, very difficult. I ran a half marathon, actually. And Coach Max did all right, actually. I haven't run since. I'm going to try to take a run tomorrow morning. But it was a grind. It was tough. I had to really work through some demons, especially late in the race, like mile 10, 11, 12, and 13 were uphill and hard. Oof. Awesome. Now we're working our way back into that hamstring again. You might notice a difference. Remember the tightness back here. Yeah, we're holding that position. Remember, you can get both hands down if you're itching for a deeper stretch. Maybe you're nice and tall. Oh. Come on, Aaron. We're in this position. We're hanging tight. We're breathing. We're trying to imagine that long, lengthened stretch in the back of the leg. It's kind of floating away. Breathing. Try to hold that position. Try to sink a little bit deeper. Charlotte's got the right idea. If you're stretching, if you're petting the dog, it's probably getting easier. Yeah, Haley, I want to go camping too. I want to set up my tent deep in the woods, and I want there to be like a big thunderstorm and just like lay in my tent and listen to the rain and the thunder and the bears. Yeah, I don't know. All right, from here, I'm trying to figure out where I am on camera. Into this position, Maybe your heels can touch the ground. Maybe they cannot. Coach Max's cannot. Maybe you let your head sink down. Push away. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, I feel the blood going to my head. Think about if someone walked in and saw this, what they would think. They'd be like, what is going on here? We're just going to keep on holding it. Remember, when things get tough, maybe at the wrist, the shoulder, the head, try to breathe in and out through your nose. All right. From here, we're going to end up behind our legs. Big stretch into that position. Fold over. Notice how my knees are bent. That's okay with me. If you can really do it with the legs straight, just wrap your hands behind your Achilles. Hang tight. All right, out of this position into my least favorite, but your favorite. We got a bottom of squat hold into like what I might deem like a prayer squat. So if you can get your elbows inside to the best of your ability. Remember, you can always hold on to something if you need to, but we're just going to kind of create some movement here or create some space. Oh, this is hard. This is so tough for Coach Max. Keep holding it. Remember to breathe. When things get a little bit difficult, you got to breathe. You got to sink into that space. Push those knees out and try to catch your breath. Try to focus on the breathing rather than maybe where those muscles are tense or creating some issues, because I'm definitely feeling it in my ankles, in my hip flexors. Yeah. You guys are so flexible. Oh, it's not fair. Oh. Awesome. From there, back into our dropped position or our downward dog where we're pushing away. Trying to bring those heels close to the ground if you can. I don't like the walking the dog position. No pun intended, Charlotte. I like just trying to drive my heels as close to the ground as I can. Let some of that blood go to my head. And apparently a lot of mucus. Oof. All right, we're still holding on here. It's gonna be a minute. Remember, as things get a little bit difficult, try to focus on the breathing. How's your breath feel? Are you inhaling through the nose, out through the nose, or out through the mouth? Oh, I want to be flexible. From here, back into our split squat position. Try to reach that knee farther back. Notice how I start to walk my back knee back a little bit as I sit in this position. Now, I'm in a higher degreed bend here. So if I took out my protractor, shout out high school, if I took out my protractor, I would be past 90 degrees. So I would like to keep my knee here, but travel, if I want to be less than 90 degrees. so maybe like 45, and then push my knee forward. So my knee is going forward, my hips are going backwards, so I'm lengthening. And remember, we can maybe rest on the knee if that helps drive that knee forward. You can try to claw yourself forward. So there's going to be a couple options here, but again, you're going to feel this deep into your hip flexors. Trav, maybe we could do like an everyone is an athlete, like a Sunday stretch with coffee, something like that. Like, because Jerry Seinfeld has a coffee with cars. Food for thought. Maybe like once every couple months or something. Big push. Good. Let's flip up to the other side. Same thing applies. Try to keep that knee. Foot goes down. Remember, we're going to try to lengthen. We're just in this position, holding tight. The more flexible you might be able to get, the more you can get in this position, you'll see your sprint get faster, your swim get faster, your run get faster, your throw get faster, because you can create some space. From here, we build the prerequisite strength, which then harnesses some of that faster, explosive movements. Yeah, good. Oof, I see some good movements. Wow, you guys are doing great. This is tough too. I really feel this deep into my hip flexors. Oh, would you look at that? And that's how I know I'm getting old. Oh, nice. Good job, Haley. Look at you go everywhere. Hi from down here. Just one more here, and you should feel so good. We're gonna take that foot, we're gonna reach out to the side. I'm gonna try to bring my toe as far down as I can. We're gonna pause there. Now, how you make this maybe harder is you're gonna reach towards your camera. You're gonna make a Spider-Man. Oh, did you feel the web? I felt the web. But if not, we're just gonna it's like you're pushing the pedal down. That's going to lengthen what's called your Achilles tendon. That's deep, deep, deep. Another spider trap. I told you. Buddy. Good. On the other side, same thing. Remember, reach the foot out, point it away. Tuck the toe. You might notice a difference. Maybe one side isn't as tight. That can be a lot to do with some of your calcaneus or your heel bone, how they interact with some of your foot bones. Might have to do with your calves, which sides might be a little bit tighter. As we kind of transition out of, Charlotte, go from here to here. So from in front of you, like our adductor rocks, to pushing away. And you might notice like a deeper stretch on the back. You'll get some of those hamstrings going. Just a reminder, as we kind of transition to the end of HLC, no HLC next week. If you do show up, work out by yourself with whoever shows up. Coach Max has to do some traveling. We're getting ready for summer games in 2 weeks. The following HLC, there will be an HLC. That's the Tuesday after summer games if you're in the Los Angeles area. I hope to see everybody at summer games. Guys, it's going to be the best time ever. Last year was so fun. This year's only going to be better. Last year, if you looked closely, you saw Coach Max take a police officer motorcycle, and I did a wheelie and I jumped off a big ramp they set up for me, like the monster stuff. I did a couple backflips. It was so cool. So you have to show up to see that again. Maybe. It might happen. Depends how nice the cops are this year. Okay, last but not least, our last stretch of the evening. Coach Max's least favorite. So in this position, we're gonna go laces down. So I want you to think about the top of your foot down. From here, we're gonna really work to sit back. Ooh, that's a tough one. Coach Max really can't get very far. You might be able to walk your hands all the way back and go to the floor. This is a really hard position for me. I have set a timer for 1 minute. That is it. When that is done, our HLC journey on this Taco Tuesday is done. Oh, it's so hard for me. I don't understand why it's so difficult for my body to get in this position. Come on. Come on, Steven. Is that really how easy it is for you? No way. What about you? Like, come on. That's easy? Can you go all the way back to your elbows? Ah. No way, Jose. Oh, I need to take a break. I didn't even hit that minute. Oh, that's so difficult. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Oh, change the song. Another 2 seconds. 2, 1. Make sure we come out of that nice and slow. Pat those feet out. Athletes, due to the longevity of our HLC today, we don't need to do a cool down. Our whole entire HLC was a cool down. What you should have felt today was some long lengthening in your hip flexors, deep into that hip complex. You might have felt some hamstring, which is the back of your leg. You might have even felt some quad on some of our lengthened positions. More importantly, we set you up for nothing but success. As a reminder, no HLC next week. If you do show up, that's awesome. I would expect a good workout. The room is, we can find a way to keep this room open. If there's a group of you that want to go and work out together, rock and roll. I'm so happy to open up the room. If not, 2 weeks. Summer games next week, 2 weekends, then HLC. So, guys, great job tonight. Trav and I will hang on just for a couple minutes. Charlotte, one more time, but that's going to be after summer games. Reagan, you as well, one more time after summer games. So that'll be June, I think 17, right, Trav? Tuesday, no, less than that. 10. No, like 10. 11th. June 11th.
There you go.
Yeah, June 11th will be our next HLC. Give me a thumbs up if you heard me. Who heard me? June 11th. Yeah, okay.